Okay, so interesting day today. I finally have a good amount of VHSs, as you can see. It's a pretty good little size stack. I feel like I have enough now to do a little video like this, where I just go through the different videos I got and just briefly like talk about it, or interesting facts or something, something to learn a little bit of something today. But yeah, so just going over it. I was lucky enough to find a VCR I've been looking for. It's a bit expensive, but it's really nice about it is it's able to reproduce the image through HDMI out, so you can put in a VHS tape without having to have a converter, the little analog, the little three-prong RCA cable to the HDMI. This directly to HDMI, which is really nice. So that means I don't have anything in the middle messing with the original signal. It'll still have the film grain and everything. It'll still be all there intact, and then it'll just blow it up and make it fit onto a 1080 resolution, right? And I do have a native 1080 screen. It's a personal size monitor that I watch these VHSs on and whatever. But it's a really good image. It's really nice image. It's not quite 100% DVD quality, but what I like to say, it's really up there, and it makes you notice a lot things more prominently and a lot more clearly, especially one of these VHSs I'll go over in a minute. But it's really nice, and it has DVD, functions in there too, so I could play my DVDs too, um, whatever I get too. But I really wanted it for VHSs because one of my favorites. Let's start off. This is the first movie. This is the first movie in Japanese, I believe. Yeah, Yutsura Yatsura. So this is a Yutsura Yatsura, or Space Invader Lam, or those pesky aliens, or Lum la Chica Viciadora. Um, yeah, they really never had a name for it, and that's kind of why you see it had its problems in the States. Is it never got dubbed when it came out, because this came out in the 80s, if I remember correctly. Yeah, here we go. 83. So this is a completely different, ball game from the States, because the States didn't get this until the 90s. And it really wasn't on TV easily accessible. It was through VHSs, and so I found a lot in Japan, like not a lot of them, but a lot, like a few items for sale, of these, and it was the four first movies, and it was like $10. So I grabbed them, and this is one of them, and I was clipping um, and watching this because I have it in English too, I believe. I remember right. I have it in English too, but if you know Yasura Yasura, the music is really freaking good. And oh man, the opening on this one was really good, like that little space opening, then it gets into the actual song. I was watching it, so I don't have the VHS in there. But then we jump forward in time to the 90s, and this is the first American release of it. So you could see Lum number one. So almost 10 years, 9 years later, we got it, the dub. No, not the dub, my bad. I'm so sorry. It's subbed. It is subbed. I am being dumb. Yeah, so it's translation subtitles by Animigo, which is another really old, and from the States, it's an American company that would do the dubbing. So you'd have to go mail order, mail order request those VHSs or whatever. And so this is also the first OVA. Really good. I actually enjoy the OVA over the regular movie, and it's a really good movie, and it's freaking long, man. It's an hour long. It's really long for an OVA or whatever. Okay, I do have it in English. So here it is in English, and they changed the front and everything, and they have a better little thing for the movie now. Cool color too. Um, and again, it's just, yeah, right here, Japanese audio with English. But what the nice thing about VHSs though is the audio is hi-fi audio. And a lot of times with my Japanese ones, it'll say hi-fi on the side, and that's what it's referring to is the sound. It's a really nice sound quality. Like I have some nice clip speakers, which are reference class speakers, and so crystal clear music. And Yutsura Yatsura has such great openers and closing songs too. I think this one is the one that has the rock, kind of like the rock and roll, kind of popish kind of song in the beginning. Really good song. I was listening the other day, and I was like, wow, that's a really good song. Another interesting fact about these 80s is 80s is kind of when the VHSs came out in America, but in Japan it was the really late 70s, if I remember correctly. So that's why you get these really strange prices. Well, not strange, but You had to be like dedicated, man. Could you imagine being a Yotsuda Yatsura fan and for one movie on your VHS player that you had that you just bought, VHS is still new. This is still 83 or 84 should be. Um, oh freak, sorry about that. Oh, no, this is 93, I think, or 93 minutes. I think it's the runtime. My bad. Yeah. Well, let me go back to the original one. Okay, so I know this is the 80s for sure. But yeah, you could see $180, $170, and this is a movie, and so that's a lot of money for a VHS. And could you imagine paying that much now for just one? Now we can get like complete seasons or multiple seasons. The reboot of the Yotsuda Yatsura, which is only 24 or 25 episodes. If I wanted it, but if I would have bought both the DVD sets to get all the contents I wanted to get, it was about $300. But that's two seasons and a whole bunch of goodies, whereas this is one movie for almost $200, $170, $180. Um, Not going back and forth on inflation, but yeah, there's that. And so there's the number 3 movie. I forgot which one this one was. Oh, I think this is Beautiful Dreamer. I've seen this one. This one's fairly easy to find. Still a little bit a pain to find, but really cool movie. Really, really cool movie. This one's really different for sure. If this one is Beautiful Dreamer, if I do got my movies correct. Really good movie. It's really trippy at times. Here is the 4th movie. Unless this one is, no, I don't think this is Beautiful Dreamer. This is something else. Pony, yeah, Pony. We did this one. 1986. So we're only a few years ahead now. But this is kind of more of a back the Tsukibandeka, or the Delinquent Schoolgirls kind of stuff. This one was really cheap again. I think this was like $5 I bought it for. And if their outfits look oddly familiar, well, they should, because the style and like some of the stuff they did in this is what really influenced Kill La Kill. You could even see her gloves. She has those red gloves, and Ryuko has those red gloves, if I remember her name correctly. I really wasn't a big fan of her. I liked Mako so much more. I thought she was so freaking hilarious. But yeah, there's that. This is, what year is this? This has to be 80s. If not, it's 70s, 88, if that's correct. 88 possibly. But yeah, this was a really popular thing. And then the other thing, if you notice, she uses a yo-yo. This girl fights with a yo-yo. Sorry, I don't know their names, because I know the genre and I know the whole like thing behind it or whatever. But I never really gotten super into it to know the names and know like all the different stuff. But that yo-yo is what influenced Ness in Earthbound. So like the yo-yo attacks he uses and stuff, which they're not his attacks. Was it Luke? No, Lucas. I forgot what Lucas uses, but whoever uses the yo-yo, I'm confusing myself with Earthbound now. Because I know Ness is supposed to use the bats, but whoever originally used the yo-yo in the games and then in Smash Bros. 2, I know he does it when it's not really his attacks. The yo-yo attacks is kind of from this whole really popular genre that happened back in the day. Because she would use the yo-yo. One girl used the yo-yo. One girl had like knuckle gloves. I don't know if they show it. One girl had like knuckle gloves, I remember, and then another girl had the big old coin, and she would like chuck the gold coin and chuck it at people. That was a freaking hilarious one. Anyways, let's go forward. Don't have much time. So this is one of my favorites that I actually picked up. This was a lot more expensive than the rest, but Daikon 4, and it's really cool. Really cool. If you don't know what Daikon 4 is, that it's kind of hard to explain it because it's before like the internet, so having such a big impact on animation and stuff like that. I'm only gonna show the back on this one just so I don't get in trouble, but Minna Age Chao, I give you my all, or something like that. It goes by so many names. When I was trying to find this freaking VHS, there's so many dumb names it goes by. Like they had one official name, but it really didn't stick at all. But if you know the history behind this one, this was kind of gonna be one of like America's kind of first more adult-ish oriented anime. If you watch Yotsuda Yatsura, and if that's okay to watch on TV, like this one isn't that bad. There's a couple awkward scenes for sure, but this was an interesting. It's cute. It's cute at times. If they deleted a couple scenes, it would be for sure 100% more cuter and romantic-y. But there's a couple things I did that were kind of weird. I'm not gonna go into that. Um, this is another one that I got. I have the first three volumes, but unfortunately I don't know where they're at in this deck. But yeah, this is I bought this and the three volumes, volume 1, 2, and 3. I'm missing two, 4 and 5, so I'm missing two out of the set, I think, because I don't have all the episodes. I almost have all of the episodes. But yeah, Dororo, I freaking love Dororo. It's so freaking cool. Um, or whatever, but this came out in the 70s, 1969. This is the original Dororo. The reboot, the new one came out 18, 19, I want to say. I can't remember 100%. But that one was really good too. But interestingly, they didn't have that much money. And they were worried about how this would fare to bring in kids. And that's kind of what led to its demise because it was canceled at one point, if I remember right, or they had problems getting money. But they chose to do it in black and white so they could add way more detail and way more cool scenes and everything, and it paid off. Man, there's some sick shots in just all black and white. There is a colorized version later on. I'm not sure if that's official or not. I haven't looked into that. I just wanted to have the original on VHS. So jumping up ahead to save some time, this is Cutie Honey F. And if you're looking at this and you're kind of realizing the art style, if I remember correctly, the people they got done, the main group of people that got done making Sailor Moon wanted to do something else, so they picked up Cutie Honey. And if you know Cutie Honey is kind of more so the first magical girl, and kind of in a loose way, but anyways, I kind of see her as that, and I really do like Cutie Honey a lot. I just got it just because it's this, I believe this is the first episode out of the set, and just to have it because I'm a fan of Cutie Honey. I don't like F though. F is not good. I think I watched the dub or something, and it was bad. If you want to watch Cutie Honey, you gotta watch Re, or you gotta watch the live action, or you gotta watch the original '80s. I want to say Cutie Honey. Gal Force. I'm a big fan of Sonoda. Love his freaking art. He's freaking amazing. And yeah, this is another old anime company, US Manga Corps, which is funny. I was thinking about the other day. It's like, how do you make manga and anime like more American besides US Manga Corps? Make it like some army theme and add like some sort of robot mobile suit esque kind of thing. I got this one just to have it in English, the original dub, because if you watch it on Netflix, it's a different dub. But Netflix is like the easiest way to watch it because they have the director's cuts. And yes, there is a director's cut to Evangelion. So many people don't know that there's a director's cut to it, and that's what's on Netflix. Interestingly enough, and so there's that.